Hey you guys, it's me Max, and today we're back with another episode of Average Commentary, where we just find a person on my friends list on League of Legends and look at their game, kind of commentate over it, and just, kind of note out points and such where, are just areas really where you can change potentially, just standard commentary, nothing too all special. Now today we have an episode, or our episode now consists of, there we go. Our friend Seth going with Tyrndamere top, and he has Viking Tyrndamere, which is a bit of a baller skin. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, 1 second, you guys. I thought it was gonna be a luck support. There we go. But anyway, now he is going against a top Tyrndamere, against more than likely a top Kennen, because people have been watching LCS, and that's a thing. Now, let's see, we have a nice, good, deep kind of ward coverage spot. Now, it does, however, miss the bushes, which is a little bit of a elite skill move on behalf of the Lulu, so. But, I mean, the matches aren't too terrible. Now, let's see. We don't appear to have any sort of, really crazy invades going on right now, so everyone's just kind of going the safe route. Graves, albeit, isn't with the entirety of the team, but he has jailbreak Graves, so I mean, really it's okay. Now, of course, minions have spawned. They're probably not wanting to miss any sort of farm bottom lane, which is good. I guess I suppose it's a good thing that Graves is down there at the bottom lane, because it will matter against the Varus that he gets in early level 2. Now minions are spawning. Now with that, let's get focused on our main player here, Seth. Oh, it is Lux bottom. Haha. So I'm not insane. That's good. Smitless leash for the Warwick. Increases his clear time. Maybe he didn't need to burn the potion because he is Warwick, but well, let's slide. Now, what did he take first? He took the spinning dash. Maybe not the best move against the Kennen, but I mean, good that he realizes that and is trying to play a little bit more passive until he actually manages to grab the Bloodlust. Oh, I gotta actually keep it on him. Now, all we have to do is wait for him to reach level 2, then he might be able to get a little bit more wave harassment. But he does have boots and potions, so he is able to cover for a time in the way of regen. Good job not missing last hits. Lane isn't getting pushed. Now, Warwick might be getting caught out, but Tryndamere, again, Seth is doing the correct thing and just kind of letting the situation diffuse, let Kennen lose out on some farm time. And he does go and actually call missing in his lane, so clap, 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 Seth, for being a responsible player. So proud of you. Ah, yes, now he has the Bloodlust combo up. So now he has the ability to sort of trade a little bit better. And he has a full Bloodlust bar. Or Fury. I think it's Fury. Yeah, Bloodlust is the extra heal. Oh, misses the last hit. Instant report. And nice first blood onto the Lux in the bottom lane. Oh. Does grab the taunt. But he's going to be totally fine. Won't even have to pull the health potion. Can likely just use the heal. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, the little red bar is basically his Battle Fury bar. And basically, the more points he has, the higher critical chance he has. And that is what kind of makes Tryndamere a bit of a monster, that he gets passive crit chance, so you don't have to build it as much. And of course, we've all played, the game long enough to know that Tryndamere can be a pain in the butt. A little bit of a waste of a cooldown at level 3 for Electric Surge by the Kennen. But it's fine. It's one of those. It isn't like old school Tryndamere that he used to operate on health, so he can feel free to be a little bit liberal with his cooldown usage. Top lane, 21 to 13, and Kennen is ranged farmer, so Seth is certifiably winning his lane right now. And the fact that the Kennen randomly left has also put him incredibly far behind, and Rammus is now wasting time, because now Seth is now accustomed to the idea of the Rammus coming top. Of course, they are a little bit scared of the Tryndamere snowballing completely out of control and pub stomping, as often is the way. And a good job of Seth to actually use the Battle Fury charges before they actually diminish. May as well grab some sort of heal out of it. As opposed to just letting it die for no reason. Now he should be able to grab the siege minion for the nice, say, 40 gold or whatever he gives. Yep, 41 gold. This Kinnan is focused it's focused too much on the harassment front, to where he started boots pots as a Tyrndamere, and it's just he can kind of regen out towards any of the damage you're going to do. And actually, now that I think about it, this is just a real quick point, you guys. Now, normally how in the last video, or I believe the last couple of videos of our average commentary series, I would start this out on the champ select screen. But the client, as you know, sometimes has weird hiccups, and it said he was actually playing the role of Warwick in this game. But when I actually started to watch the lobby pick as it goes, or the lobby phase as it goes through the game, it said it was going as Tyrndamere, so I couldn't rely necessarily on what he was going with. So we don't know what kind of runes or masteries he is running right now. But it's one of those, they're probably very safe, standard, kind of top/AD-ish runes, so with that little point out of the way, let's get back into it. Now, you should, let's say, you probably knows, yep, recognizing the fact that the Kinnan has gone for more than about 3 or 4 seconds, and his electric surge allows the Kinnan to cover a lot of ground quickly. Of course, the Kale mid is kind of nice. Misses a free last hit like a pro. Scrub, GG report, failed up. Very smart of him not to allow it. Level 5. Goes all in for no reason, probably hoping to hit level 6 much, much sooner. But he was smart, he simply... Oop, actually, sorry you guys. He was smart, popped health potions, waited till the ignite was over, or at least towards the end of its course to heal. Now, this is where the bit of a dangerous part comes in. But the Warwick is only level 4, and Tyrndamere is only level 5, so you wouldn't be able to make a lot happen. The Warwick was likely just being a responsible teammate, watching out for ganks. Now this is really dangerous, because now he has to kind of burn through his battlefield recharges to stay alive. Of course, it is now level 6 against level 5, so he has a very, very short window of time before the Kinnan hits level 6. But of course, Kinnan does have his lane warded, so it's going to make ganks from Warwick a little bit more difficult. Alright. One little note is that this isn't really a bad play. It's just more of an annoyance that he's wasting the spinning slash cooldown on the auto attacks as opposed to the shurikens. And it's reasons like that's where he dashed in. Yeah, he dashed into a Kinnan with ultimate. It was just a very, very bad play. He might end up getting the kill. Though Net is down. Oh, and a wasted ult. Oh, very sloppy play. He did warn me that, oh, that was a very, very good... See, that's what you say the dodge is on. Good point, Seth, to redeem yourself instantly from a point of contention by instantly doing a elite dodge of a shuriken. But he goes back, realizes it's way too low to do anything, and see what he picks up on his first buy. Good Vampiric Scepter. How much gold is he worth overall in lane? Oh, X is the button for that. Alright. Now let's see how our lane matchup is going. Oop, sorry. Now Tyrndamere is worth 1,900 gold, while Kinnan is worth 1,600 gold, so ahead by a few hundred gold, which is nice. So, still, you know, fairly well winning his lane. Kinnan realizes that Tyrndamere is gone, tower is pushed, may as well go back, which is the correct response. And Kinnan, playing very smartly, buys a Seeker's Arm Guard. And that should help sort of mitigate any sort of harassment that he might actually be able to do. Now, there we go. That little note. He's just going to go back totally farming. If he's smart, he won't push the lane, simply because he doesn't know where the Kinnan is. He could be waiting for some sort of very sneaky sort of ult play, not knowing the cooldown of it. But good job of blast hitting. He's not naturally pushing the lane. It's just because Kinnan isn't here to push it back out. Now we see what he does is in his downtime while trying to wait for the wave to push back out. And that's it. I was about to say, a very scary thought of him potentially invading Uranus. Not exactly the most ideal person you would like to invade, but just waits for his lane to push back out manually. Kill's going on in mid lane. It's one of those props on the Warwick for grabbing a good kill. But the point of this is not the watch the team, it's the watch the person. Oh, one more of the little Orbeez of Doom and he gets stunned. Oh, there's that. Need to be more liberal with that spinning slash cooldown. But then he does, and then, well, I suppose it's okay if he makes very, very odd moves like that of randomly electrically surging himself for like 3 creeps. So it's alright that he's a little bit farm heavy with his ability to do this. Oh, he needs to save it for the ultimate. It might be coming in right now. Nope. Kinnan realizes that he's too low and likely won't be able to make it happen. Now Seth, probably, let's say Seth, he's being very smart and careful, and still is managing to actually win his lanes certifiably. So all the points are just minor little gripes. He's not actually really doing anything wrong. He's playing a very, very solid game. Besides that, just elite skill ult. Oh! I'm gonna give him so much crap after this, you guys. But he's winning his lane, and against a ranged farmer like Kinnan, who in theory can actually pretty much kind of poop on a Vlad. Or not Vlad, Tyrndamere. Oh, good ult. Comes in. Tower dies for some reason. Trying to pull him back out. Ultimate is up though. If he's smart, he's going to activate it now. Good save on it. Needs to activate the heal before he potentially dies to the ignite. And good job getting out, and gets the double buffs. Now he could probably stay in, potentially pop his remaining health potions and try and push back into his lane. But Kinnan is higher health, although does not have an ignite. So he's doing the safer option and kind of just backing up. It isn't worth the tower damage. And going for an Avearage Blade, picks up a ward and some health potions. Finally buys a ward like a pro. But he does always manage to have the spinning slash up for the gap escape kind of thing from Rammus. And he's probably going to go for the standard kind of... Oh, excuse me. My bad, guys. I get a burp in my belly. Now where was... Ah, yes, the Avearage Blade point. Now, he's going to be building with a fair amount of certainty the Avearage Blade into... that... Why would you go for that? I mean, he surged, but he still has flash up. This is a bad fight. He's just going to stun. Oh, you're going to get kited. Unless he manages to grab the kill, this might be it. Oh, flash was on cooldown. Nice job of capitalizing on it. That's why it's quite alright to run Ghost on carries that, or even just characters in general that have their own method of escapes. So, nice job of realizing when to Ghost in and properly use it. Although you need to be very, very careful of that. Oh, pulls it into tower range, but Rammus doesn't have enough damage right now to fight it. You probably should be fighting the Rammus under the defensive shell right now. But he realizes that he has enough. But now, I don't think Rammus is going to try anything too super crazy. Although his mid lane is missing, but now, there we go. So, and if he is pushed up, he might try and go mid and help if at all possible. Nope, he's just going to ward, which is fine. Now, anyway, back onto the build point. Now, he's likely, like, 90% of every Tyrndamere that we ever see in solo queue is probably going to build the Static Shiv. Now, what he decides to build the Vampiric Scepter into first is really kind of dependent on what he wants. He could build it into a Ravenous Hydra, which is really... A Ravenous Hydra, a Bloodthirster, or a Blade of the Ruined King, which are the only real options. I don't see him building a Zeke's Herald anytime soon. That's pretty much a support item, and maybe a jungle item. Now, against the opposing team comp, it would probably be the Ravenous Hydra in an effort to try and get some extra split push on. Oh, he dives in, gets a good crow. If he's smart, he'll actually go on the Anivia, but nope, instead decided to go onto the Kinnan, who waits the flash and the surge. Oh, but a very, very good pickup. Oh, might be going a little bit too hard for it, though. We'll see if the cooldown comes up. It's up in 4 seconds. He's not actually trying to crit to reduce the cooldown. He's getting very, very cocky. Slowed by the Anivia, caught by a Glitter Lance. He needs to get out of there and try and heal really, really fast.
Shut down.
And, I mean, Kinnan gets away. Actually, there's our first little point of kind of, yo, you can do better on this, stupid ass. Now, if I remember correctly, Tryndamere's spinning slash was reduced by, the latter half of the effect of where its cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds whenever he critically strikes. Now let's go back a couple of seconds, you guys. I think it's the backspace key for that. It is backspace. Now let's see where it was 15 seconds ago. One more. Alright, now let's play this out a little bit and I'll try and explain my point. Alright, now he does grab a couple of hits. So he is building up... Oh, hang on, actually let's get that actually on him. There we go. As of right now, he now has 45 Alright, it's 3 seconds. Now, right now, it is 6 seconds. What is his critical chance? Is there a way to check that out? Is that a thing? Whatever, it's fine. Now, everyone's kind of rolling in. Right about now, or any point during the last couple of seconds, he could have potentially tried to auto-attack some creeps to hopefully get maybe a lucky crit. That kind of further reducing the cooldown of a spinning slash, which might allow him to grab the kill. But instead, just tries to straight man-mode it. Trust a little bit too much in the strength of his ultimate. I mean, they still ended up getting a kill on the Rammus, but that wasn't obviously the ideal target. And they ended up tripping a Rammus for their Graves, which is not an ideal combination. So I would have potentially tried to auto-attack the creeps and maybe get lucky critical strikes off on the way up. So that's a little bit of a point of contention. You didn't do bad, it's just I would have done differently. So, but he's smart now, trying to lifesteal back up some health. And maybe picking up a Rod of Ages, as you do on characters like that. Now, we'll see what he goes back with. He does have 1,000 gold in the bank, and it's worth 4,000 gold. So he certifiably has won his lane almost hands down. He's going for a Zeal, so... that would be Seth, you guys. Actually, you're not doing that bad. You're not... since he's just walking back to lane, we may as well. We aren't really going to watch anything doing that bad. Just a couple of bad plays. Oh, bad plays. Now, we'll let Seth kind of go, and we'll message him back and kind of talk about this as it happens. Now, he went for the Zeal first, likely is going for that static shiv, but also by going just the Zeal, it kind of gives him flexibility to kind of build to a couple of items, seeing how all of the items that build out of a Zeal are fairly good for a Tryndamere, because even a Sheen is okay, because if I'm right, his spinning slash scales off of AP and AD, along with the heal. So the Zeal was a very nice kind of flexible choice to kind of test the waters and see how he's going. Oh, we gotta turn that back into the item mode. It's very good. Oh, but he traded, he kind of, there we go. Smart of him to actually use the cooldown to get out of the howling, the maelstrom thingy, Bob. What's that called? Slicing maelstrom. Okay. Yes, but now he's too low to actually try and auto attack off. Oh, and a very, very rough kill. It does echo the ult, but does force it out. If he's smart, he'll probably let the tower die. Kinnan playing exceptionally well, realizing that the cooldown on a rank 3 spinning slash is 11 seconds, and it exploits the time that he has kind of in between to do what he can with it.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
But not. It's one of those Kinnan's very smart, kind of harassed him out, forced his ultimate, and grabbed the tower. They ended up trading 2 towers for 1. Never look on YouTube while playing. Good man. Ha 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 ha. Well, it is 10 to 5 kills. Now, normally in solo queue, that would be really, you would think, incredibly bad. But the gold lead is still actually in the favor of the blue team. Now, he does grab the static shiv, realizing that with the tower of his gone, he likely needs to initiate some sort of incredible split pushing potential. Now, if I was him, I would likely go with the Ravenous Hydra for the split push, simply because of the incredible split push that it gives you with the passive and the active, if properly timed in between auto attacks. But a very, very good point about the Tyrndamere pick is that they don't have a lot of reliable ways to answer the counter push. They have to send somebody. And they have a very much press R, roll face on keyboard, hope win fight combination. So, and it's one of those, they lose their kind of ability to chain their CC if one person leaves. We'll determine what the Lulu's trying to do. Lulu being smart, likely not really going for the Tryndamere, realizing that she's not going to get the kill. Does grab a good ghost. Still does get polymorph though. What's that? 2 stacks on the passive? He's going to have to... Oh, they should know he's right in that turret. Oh, the whiff shuriken. Should have waited for the sight from the Lulu. Good dash away. Yeah, he's getting away from this fairly well. Now the Kale is incoming, going to meet the Rammus in a second. This might actually force his hand. He might I think he has to fight here, although the work is coming. He is going to try and fight this. You better ult in response to the Lulu ult. He does. Oh, not the Lulu, the Kin ult. Tyrndamere ult on top of Kale ult while he gets out, activating the heal. But it's enough time for the Kale to come in and the Warwick to kind of clean house. And the Kale gets a double kill. Very, very nice. Comes in. That was a 3 for none trade. It was a 3 for 2 ultimates on characters that give him vulnerability. So it's actually also very good on them now that I think about it. They have 2 forms of invulnerability, really, and they have also a very tanky AD carry and just kind of tanky characters all around outside of the Lux. So they can kind of survive through the potential like great amounts of AoE that they can bring to the other team. So very, very good picking on blue team's part. Now, if Warwick is smart, if he hasn't already activated, he'll activate his little W cry thing. Hunter's Call, that's what it's called, I think. They might be able to try and kill this Avearage if he's alone, but he knows that they're not. Instead, I'd like to take the tower and get out. Dashes out of the chainy encryption things. Now, he might get caught if he's not careful, but nope. Has a very, very lucky spinning slash. Oh, there's one. Can he get a couple more stacks if he can? Ah, dodges out of the AoE slow by Varus. There's no way. They're going to push way, way too hard to try and grab this. If he's smart, he's going to try and dash over the wall right now. Very well done. Although does walk into the Lulu, who might actually be able to do something. Now, he's likely just trying to kind of kill time and get out. Dashes over the wall to Baron, but gets caught. He needs to pull Baron right now. There's something you could have potentially done a little better. Simply, if you would have activated, if you would have pulled Baron the second before you died, at the very least you can kind of damage them, reduce their armor, and all that crap, whatever the debuff is that Baron gives. But then again, I wouldn't have ran so far in the opposite direction. Prime example. When you were here, you didn't have to run there. You could have just kept running down. You probably would have been fine, and with a good amount of certainty, gotten away. But it's alright. Now, we'll go to directed camera when he's dead. Cannon pushing top lane. Warwick likely going to be a responsible mid player and give his blue buff to the Kale. While Graves is taking theirs, which is very nice. The extra kind of output of burst by the Graves is very, very helpful. Kale's probably going to go top, help clear out the way with the tower. Buy the Tyrndamere some breathing room until he gets back. Now, he goes for the bilge water, which honestly isn't the worst way. Oh, all the pings on the dragon. Because pings don't have a limit, right? But he is likely going for the bilge water cutlass in form of another sort of like way of self-peeling, really. Because the slow is unreliable simply because it has to be turned away. If you can say, even if it's regular cutlass or Blade of the Rune King slow a Rammus away, you could potentially get rid of the ability for him to taunt. Nice tower dive. Grabs the cannon. He is going to keep going, though he is by himself. Probably needs to get out. Kale taking tower shots. Good arrow onto the Kale by the Bears. They need to simply just kind of hold out their mid-tower, although Seth needs to, stay in the fight like he is. Dashes in. Goes in for the Varus, forces the barrier. He needs to turn onto Lulu now, try and grab some sort of kill. If he's smart, oh, but he just almost grabs it with a spinning slice, but just a little bit shy. Oh, will he die? Will he die to Wraiths? No. Now, he still does have the Bilgewater Cutlass active buff, so maybe he could have used that for more potential damage. But and then you have to ask the question, would it really have done enough to kill? Oh, he needs to be careful. He needs to be able to activate that in like 2 seconds when he gets caught. What do they do? And Nivea might be coming down to see him. Or if he goes up, he's going to get caught. A good taunt into the full combo. Wall behind him. Gets caught in all the AoE. Ultimate is down. And a good effort tries to go down. Well done, but in the end, ultimately futile. Simply, you got just gang raped in a bush, my man. Wasn't a whole lot you could do, especially to an Anivia with blue buff. this, the team kill lead is fairly high for you guys, but the gold lead in actuality is only like 3,000, which is still it's an incredibly big task, but it's not nearly as massive as you would think it would be. Also, they are tied on towers, so they're theoretically not like that, like far ahead, because towers, elite tip, towers and nexuses and nexi, whatever the plurals, not only objectives win you games, not the kills. Now what did he buy? Ah yes, he bought the remaining 2 daggers required for the Blade of the Rune King. I believe the recipe cost is 1,000 gold. We'll see how much he has now. He is sitting on 700. Likely going to just clear up the raids and hopefully maybe take the dragon, which should help to give him the money required. Now they do know that they're doing it. The question is, will they go in on it? They have an incredible amount of like sustain and follow through. Now he needs to, let's say, he was smart in going for the dragon once the Anivia laid down a very well placed wall. A good ward behind them can actually catch it in, but there's no way Rams can go in there. It's simply suicide. Get grabbed by the Warwick. It's by the proper time. Oh, gets caught by the Anivia. Simply just dies. Hopefully it's going to try and grab another kill. The stun by the Anivia into the slow, but into a Kin and Shuriken. Not the worst thing. Does end up grabbing the Blade of the Rune King off of that though. And it was a 2 for 3, so it still was an overall good trade for them. Although the Kale did still have the ult up during that fight for some reason. Potentially could have made it a 3 for 1. Alright, oh, the game's about to be over. So let's see where, or how the game ends, you guys. There we go. Now, you guys have the Blade of the Rune King. Now we figure out why they would... Yeah, we know the game is about to end, so... Really now we can kind of just talk about the main sort of points. So, early on, won his lane, did fine. Did borderline amazing. Now, for me, a little bit too willy-nilly with spinning blade, or spinning slash cooldowns. But that's more of a personal preference as opposed to physically doing something wrong. So, that isn't the worst thing. Probably shouldn't have picked a Tyrndamere versus a Kinnan top on paper though. But still ended up winning, so it's fine. Needs to be a little bit better on... He missed up one ultimate, which is fine. And it's one of those... He is a little bit aggressive right now, but I think it's because he has faith in the combo of his ultimate on top of a Kale ultimate if timed right. So I think he's going super ham on it, realizing that now with his ability to split push, he can do just tons and tons of work. So the gold lead is 5k. I see this potentially going south quick. If he's smart, he's going to dash in for the... Oh. Although he probably realizes the point of being overly aggressive due to that last fight, where he could have lived longer if a Kale ultimate would have been there. So he likely just adjusted on the fly, said, yo, let's be a little less aggressive, calm it down a little bit. Why get, potentially further behind? He is going to try and go mid from behind, try and get a good Gaka Crow move to lower some AD. He comes in as the Kin ultimate is down, runs in, grabs a crit, and just slices that little Yodel slash whatever the hell Kinnan is up. Good dodge of the arrow by Warwick and the entire team. This might be a free in hit. The game does end soon. They might be able to actually end this off of this. Goes for the random BF sword instead of continuing to push. I would have kept pushing there, and I think that's unanimously, yo, you should have kept pushing, dummy. But, a wall's all good and well, but not when you're facing a Tryndamere. And he's going to have it up in another 2 seconds. He does do a very good job of hooking, slashing over the Anivia bally thing of doom. And then just sits there. Oh, that's sad. That's so sad. Yeah, I can see why now. It's 24 to 13. Goal lead. A little shy of 10,000. Their team is just doing ridiculously well. This might be the team fight that ends it. Dashes in like 3 seconds. Yep. Grabs someone. Are you gonna die? Oh, he's getting really. There we go. That might be it, you guys. They lost Kennen. Remus is down. Varys is down. Here comes the ace and the GG. Ban Tryndamere, please. First pick, first ban. The game is still up for a couple of minutes, so they have to still try. Now, the ping from blue team onto the Baron might indicate that this game may end over a Baron fight. But he says nope, I'm just gonna keep pushing top all day, every day, farming like a boss. And life stealing off a wave. Kind of just farming until something potentially happens, and seeing how most of the team isn't really up. Now, it appears... Oh, okay, Rammus is just trying to give Varys the red buff to try and give him a little bit of extra damage, which is not nice. On any, really, AD carry is a red buff for free. Oh, here comes the potential pickup. He's going to get the taunt off, but you forget that Tyrndamere does deal a lot of damage. Even with your defensive ball, the ultimate down by the Rammus, so you can't really chain it together anymore. And the ultimate wasted by Lulu. Good catch up, or good pickup by the Kale. I think they're now going to try and initiate the Baron dance and try to probably just end it, really. And their Warwick is big enough right now to where hell he can solo it. But Seth says, nah, I got that, brother. Smart Warwick activating the Hunter's Call to get the attack speed bonus to his team. Very, very, very good team for burning down Baron. Blue's gonna try and get like a pro-ass glitter lance. Nope, never mind. Doesn't even try. Okay, that was a little low. Nice Kaka picking up 2 members. Picks up the Lulu and the Kennen. Simple ult onto the Kennen reduces any ability for reliable AoE. Bit of a random sort of true ice onto the Warwick, but likely thought someone was in the bush. So. Oh. Tries to pick it up. Somehow, though, will still die by the Lux Rainbow Cannon of Doom. Kale going ham on it, forces the barrier. Nice ult by Graves. A good Q, but flash in from the Graves, and simple auto attack to pick it up. The dive in. And then that's it. There's no way they're gonna. I see this being the end of the game. Now, are they gonna go top? I was about to say no. They should just continue to push down the mid towers. And they have such a ridiculously heavy attack speed, just enough siege kind of poke away. Good quick draw in by the Graves for the kill on the tower. Kennen tries to do what he can. A nice Zonias, which would normally be good if anybody was there to follow it up. Well done and well played by the purple team. Good job, Seth. You did damn well. And you know the points. Now, as for me, you guys, I think that'll be it, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.